Okay, here's a look at the emini S&P for Friday, May the 24th, 2013. We did not get any kind of follow through at all lower today. You can see here that the market opened basically where it closed, one of the candlestick doji kind of formations. You can also see that yesterday's high here and yesterday's low here, we have an inside day today. So obviously a good day of consolidation. Yeah, the actual kind of formation of the way the market traded today was not at all unlike yesterday in that it opened near the low. The low was made very early in the day and then basically rallied for the rest of the day. So this idea that the market has tried to rally a couple days and hasn't really gone anywhere and had to start from lower levels. I think this kind of consolidation is just informing us that there's going to be a break from here pretty soon, as early as Tuesday. And because the market has the longer time frame auction is up, that would lead me to believe that it's likely to break higher and take out that 54 area. We do have a level around the 52 that we have been talking about as well. Here you can see the overnight session here, where it did have some follow through and then came down. It did not take out yesterday's low, regular trading session, nor did we today. Got very close to it. But you can see here that yesterday we started here and closed here. Today we started here and closed here. Very, very similar days. I think the thing where the market has not been able to do is to hold above here. Now I know this is the overlay from the overnight, but it is actually the volume overlay, so that's taking in the consideration the regular trading hours mostly. So I think it needs to get above this 52 level in here, and if it can do that and hold above that, we're probably good to go up to perhaps 54. Now yesterday's high was 54. I'm sorry, this 58 would be the level that I just meant to say, but yeah, 54 was the high yesterday on Thursday, and then our overlay high, which is what I meant to say, that brings us up into around the 58, 59 area. So this kind of consolidation, you can see it right here. Here's just the regular trading hours profiles, and here's the 3 days of overlay that I was just making reference to. We obviously burst through it very in a very strong fashion here, and have maintained intraday short-term bias down because of that. But if it can get back above approximately that 52 level, and also get above the 58, that's where the bulls will come out. But for now, still intermediate or short-term bearish. Here's the level here. It's just around, well, it's 52. I guess it's closer to about 51. It goes up here to about 59. So, if the market can start trading up in here and stay in here, likely to come up to here. But it needs obviously to break above this 2-day value area here. Notice that our highest volume is up here towards the top of that area. Another reason to believe that lead me to believe that we're likely to move up and not down. We do have a potential resistance area. I didn't really put that in. It's not a resistance area per se, but I think it's something that we need to take into consideration. The one that we're really looking at is kind of where the market came up to here. Let's say 52 to 59. That's the area of consolidation that the market burst through here on the way down, and now likely to act as resistance area. So good prices for us to monitor. You can see our 43 level worked nicely today. It acted as a barrier resistance when the market opened here and then came down to test the low from yesterday. When it finally moved above it, it had nice support here for a good rally late in the day. So there seems to be some lift in it. And as you can see here, that lift late in the day did produce a level 3 buying bar. So this could be an area of support down at the low of it. And of course, here's our 54 area, which was yesterday's high. But obviously quite a bit of selling involved in here. We haven't yet got back halfway, so it appears that's what we're looking to do. And let's just monitor that, see if we can get something like that going on. As far as our short-term chart was concerned today, our first sort of major was this high velocity move sending the market lower. But of course, the next level we wanted to look at down there was 34.25, which was yesterday's low, and we got to 34.25. So it did spend a little bit of time below it, popped back up, spend a little bit more time below it, but not with a new low. And then it started to trade inside here and above, held as support, and then continued to work its way higher. So it gave us, I think, some good opportunities here. Once this level here had been kind of rejected, because we've got a good selling high velocity move here, and once the markets gave us a good hold above it, that was really the key, I think, in the sense that here's a market trying to sell off. Even though it did take out the overnight low, it obviously did not take out the previous day's low, and then turns around and starts trading above where that really good selling came in. So it was kind of a rejection of the attempt by the sellers to push it lower, and then the buying came in. So it really became a question of, how can we, get on to any of these long sides here. We did have some level 3, or we had level 2s, I should say. There was level 2 buying in here, a level 2 buying in here, a couple of level 2 buyings in here, and of course late in the day we had a few of them in there. So to try and get long, I mean, ideally in these kind of scenarios you want to get in on a pullback, and there were some, but not that really kind of stood out, other than this selling bar late in the day here to test that little low that had just been made. But obviously what we want to see is, like, for example, here there was no acceptance above this level 2 buying. We had a level 2 buying here, and then there started to accept above, and then it found some support right in here. So that was an opportunity in there, from my standpoint, just like it was here when the market came back down and tested towards the high of this selling high velocity move. And then late in the day, as I said, potential in here, and even potential in here if you're willing to trade really late in the day. So, that's kind of how I was looking at it. And I mean, even if you want to be more aggressive and get, short on rejection of these buying, I mean, that was a little bit of an uphill battle on a day like today, because a lot of times, as I've said many times, that, the high velocity move does tend to be either the beginning or the end. It's sometimes the continuation, but it tends to be the beginning or the end of a good intraday move. And we get a market coming down here and testing the previous day's low, taking out the overnight low, and not getting the follow-through, and then being rejected with the acceptance above its high. That's a real, at least the way I'm looking at it, that's a very, very good clue to start looking on the long side. Anyway, that's a look at the market for today. Thanks for watching. Have a really great long weekend, and we will see everybody back on Tuesday.